Our president will start a war with Iran because he has absolutely no ability to negotiate. He's weak and he's ineffective. So the only way he figures that he's going to get reelected, and as sure as you're sitting there, is to start a war with Iran.
This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA.
2 hours later.
This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. This is for my MAGA because I'm down for my MAGA. See, Iran, we told you, Iran, we told you. Don't you go messing with President Trump. King Trump is not to be played with. See, you thought you were going to do King Trump like you did Obama. King Trump is not Obama. He does not play. You grab a bull by the horns, and what do you get? You get the bull. Yeah, you get the bull. Yeah, yeah. MAGA, MAGA, MAGA. Welcome to another episode of Ashy Classy Ratchet Righteous. Now, at the beginning of this clip, in the intro of this clip rather, I used a clip of President Trump talking about Obama using the idea of going to war with Iran as a ploy to get reelected. Now, some people see that, and the first thing they say is, oh, Trump doing the same thing. But let's look at it a little different, though. Let's look at it and say, okay, why would Trump even be able to make that accusation? And the reason and the answer actually to that question is that because since 1970s, America and Iran has had a touchy relationship. We have for years been going back and forth with Iran, where we've been putting pressure on them about nuclear weapons and all that stuff. And we've been threatened to attack them for years, and they've been threatened to attack us for years. Actually, they haven't been threatened to attack us for years. They have been attacking us for years on the low. Oh, excuse me. They have been funding a lot of these organizations, terrorist organizations in the Middle East, like Hezbollah and FATA, and there's some other ones I can't think of. But they've been funding them and sneaking money into them so they can attack America, home and abroad. And mostly abroad, because, you know, with us being over here, kind of like America's kind of secluded from Europe and the Middle East, that kind of gives us a buffer zone. So it makes it harder for them to attack us over here. But don't get it twisted. Just because they're not attacking us over here, they are attacking us over there. Because just like recently, we seen in Baghdad, the embassy got attacked and some Americans got killed. They attacked Americans in Syria. They attacked Americans in Africa. I mean, they've been bombing and kidnapping and pirating ships and stuff. They just kidnapped they pirated a British ship not too long ago. So Iran has been doing some stuff to antagonize America. And then with recent events, especially like when President Trump withdrew from the Iran nuclear agreement that Obama signed, that emboldened Iran even more to start trying to do little things to attack us and antagonize us. And basically, be honest with you, I think what happened with Iraq is, you know, we all know President Trump. And whether you like him or not, you have to admit, he talks a lot of trash. President Trump is a dude on the schoolyard that talks big trash, and you don't know if he can back it up. And me personally, I think Trump physically has probably never been in a fight in his life. I don't know. But he's the man in charge. He's the big man right now. He's the man standing there behind the button. He pushed the button, or he gives the go-ahead to go to war. Or well, like we just seen, he gave the go-ahead to drop the bomb in Iran and kill one of the generals. And don't get it twisted. That general they killed, It was his time to go. He should have been gone. And you know, he just finally got his due. And I'm not saying that because I'm not pro-war and I'm not anti-war. But at the same time, I do believe that you don't need to take so much of people antagonizing you and attacking you and doing things to you before you have to remind them that it don't go that way. Like, I look at it like this here. Me being a hip-hop head, I look at this whole Iran thing right now. I feel the same way about this Iran thing like I did when I seen, like when a couple years ago with Mace, right? When Pastor Mace or Money Mace, whatever you want to call him, $, SE Mace, whatever name you want to call him, Murder Mace, whatever. Well, Mace, I like Mace, cause I like Mace from back in his bad boy days. And then once, me being a church dude, I like Mace when he became a pastor, you know what I'm saying? So I have no problems with Mace, you know what I mean? Some people might, I don't have no problems with him. But the thing about Mace, when Mace came out with that diss track he did called Oracle, kind of like, dissing Cameron, I was fired up. I was like, yeah, Mace, get him. Because for 20 years, Cameron been pretty much dissing Mace, and Mace ain't said nothing. Mace took the high road. Mace has been chilling. And in the interview after Mace dropped that diss track, they asked him why now, after 20 years, and Mace said, well, because before he was just talking, and at the time, it was recent at the time, he said before he was just talking, but in his recent song, whatever stuff he been talking about, he's now made physical threats. He's talking about doing bodily harm to me or my family. He's talking about killing me. And Mace said, that's when I had enough. I had to remind him that it don't go down like that. And I was like, yeah, I get it. You know what I mean? Mace stayed quiet for all them years. So when Mace finally chew, I wish Mace would clap back at him like 15 years ago. Because Cameron was just throwing shots at Mace, man, and Mace wasn't even saying nothing. And, me, I'm a church dude, so I understand it. Mace a church dude, so Cameron probably figured, oh, he church dude, he's soft. I'm going to, take these shots at him. And Mace had to remind him, like, hey, just because I'm a church dude, don't get it twisted. And to be honest with you, it's kind of funny because after Mace clapped back at Cameron, he kind of tried to clap back a little bit, but the clap back Cameron did after Mace dropped the Oracle was subpar to the 20 years of disses Cameron did before. Before Mace dissed Cameron in 20 years had dissed Mace with like just vengeance. He had dissed Mace hard as hell. And then after Mace dissed Cameron diss was like Cameron kind of like, I gotta do this to save face. But it was like no heart in it. He had more heart than the other disses. So it was kind of like, okay, I think Mace proved his point. You know what I mean? Mace was like, hey, don't get it twisted. You know who you messing with, right? So I think he proved his point because Cameron kind of chilled a little bit. We haven't heard much about Cameron. He don't talk about Mace as much as he was. He chilled out a little bit, right? And so I look at Iran almost in the same vein because Iran has been doing things to us, like, the recent bombing in Baghdad, Iran's behind it. So it's like they've been doing things to America, like poking the bear. And so the timing of it sucks. The timing sucks. Because yes, Trump is not going to get impeached. So we need to quit that. We need to quit saying that. He's not getting impeached. The Senate has already made it clear that they're not impeaching him. Me personally, I could care less if they impeach him or not because I never thought they were going to impeach him from the beginning. The problem with me was the day Trump got elected, everybody was screaming, even Democrats. They set themselves up. Democrats set themselves up for failure. The day Trump got elected, they were yelling impeach, impeach, impeach. So now when it comes time, because I do think Trump is guilty. I actually do think Trump is guilty. But now when they actually do have something that he's guilty about, because they've been crying wolf for 2 years, almost 3 years now, people are tired of it. People don't care. People like, they crying wolf again. So now that they actually do got something, it don't mean nothing. The Senate is on Trump's side, Republican-led. They're going to just squash it. Trump's going to go get acquitted. Now, 2020, what are the Democrats going to do? The impeachment failed, so now they're going to really have to answer the question because now, what do you got now? You tried to impeach him, you couldn't. So what policies do you have? What do you have to tell the American people that, oh, Trump needs to be out of office, that your candidate needs to be out of office? Because I'm waiting. I'm here for it. I want to hear. Because I'm not a Trump fan, and I didn't vote for him last time, and I don't plan on voting for him again. But like I said before, I didn't vote for Hillary either. So until the Democrats give me somebody worth voting for, I'm going to have to do it right in again. Shoot, last year I wrote in Jesus. People thought I was joking. I literally wrote in the name Jesus because I'm like, man, he's the only person that can save this country. You know what I'm saying? And I know some people think Trump is the closest thing to Jesus, and yeah, they could go smoke a pipe somewhere with some good crack in it. They could go smoke a pipe with a big boulder of crack in it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's all he is, living pipe dreams. If they think Trump is even close to Jesus, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, the Iran situation is touchy because yes, Trump picked an opportune time. And remember, Trump is the king of opportunity. Everything about Trump says opportunity. Everything he does says opportunity. He picked the opportune time to attack, but at the same time, he wasn't wrong just as much as he was right. So for me, I don't know. I'm on the fence. Like I said, I'm not pro-war, but I'm not anti-war because Iran has been doing some devilish things to us. So it's like, when is enough enough? You know what I'm saying? And not only that, I do believe that Israel is a close ally to us. And Iran has said for years that they want to wipe Israel off the map. Some people don't like that we are close allies with Israel. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I look at it like I believe that we should be close allies with Israel. And Iran, if you look into Iran, why they want to wipe Israel off the map, you already know that's a problem. Why would anybody want to wipe anybody off the map? When you talk about like getting rid of a whole group of people, when you're talking about eliminating a whole group of people, that's a problem. That's racism to its highest. When you talk about eliminating a whole group of people, you know what I'm saying? That's when you know there's something wrong there. I don't care what the reason it is. There's something wrong when you want to eliminate a whole group of people. It'd be different if they say, "Oh, we think the Israeli king or the government is stupid. We want to, cripple the government." I can understand that because countries have went to war over dumber means. But when you start talking about eliminating or annihilating a whole race of people, that's an issue. That's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have no problems with America supporting Israel. Now I'm gonna be real with you. I just wish America supported their own people as much as they support Israel, because that's the fake side of America. They show more love to people overseas than they do for the people that's in their children. They're actually American children that lives here in these states. But at the same time, Iran is a threat to these American children that live here in these states. Because when our children, our young men are overseas protecting this country, and they're not even worrying about Iran right now. They're in Iraq fighting the war over there. Iran is sending people to Iraq and funding different terrorist groups to attack them there. And then why are you attacking an embassy? You're attacking a U.S. embassy. Why? That is not soldiers. Those are government officials, I understand, but not all of them are government officials. Those are civilians. You're attacking civilians. So I don't know what's going to happen with this Iran situation. Honestly, I pray to God that this was just America reminding Iran who the bigger pimp is. Give him, how sometimes, dude get to talking trash, right? How the old saying, you write a check, his ass can't cash, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully this America just like, bam. Remember who you're talking to, you know what I'm saying? And Iran, fall back in place. That's my hopes. I hope that Iran go sit down and chill somewhere and say, okay, we better leave them people alone. They mean business. You feel me? Because I would hate to see any of our young boys and our soldiers go overseas to fight another war over some stupid stuff, getting killed. And some people are going to be mad, but going to war with Iran, I understand, is retaliation. And at the same time, I also understand that it's American lives that's going to cost in retaliation. So for me, I hope that it doesn't end that way. I hope that this is just a little skirmish, a little kick up, because we had kick ups in the past. So I'm hoping that's just a kick up to where Iran go down and sit down somewhere, go take a nap, go read a bedtime story or something. You know what I mean? Go get themselves together. Go watch Netflix or something. You know what I mean? I don't know, whatever they do over there. Smoke a hookah, whatever they do. You know what I mean? But anyway, that's just my opinion on it. And like I said, don't get twisted. Don't get caught up in your feelings. Do your research, and you'll learn that this Iran thing been going on for a long time. So Trump is the one to retaliate. But presidents before Trump could have retaliated. Obama, he could have retaliated. He tried to go to the diplomacy route with the nuclear agreement. But remember, before the nuclear agreement, Obama was even contemplating some type of attack. Bush, if it wasn't for being in Iraq, he contemplated tax Iran. Clinton contemplated tax Iran. Reagan contemplated tax of Iran. Carter contemplated tax of Iran. So don't just make this a Trump thing. Remember, this is bigger than Trump. Trump just happened to be taking advantage of the opportunity at hand. He's an opportunist. Unfortunately, he is what he is. He is what he is. You know what I mean? Like I said, that's just my opinion on it. Y'all be easy. And hopefully, man, next time y'all hear from me, it ain't me talking about, man, we going to war. You feel me? Deuces.